This is Mr. Holsey of A Squared Sufficiently Understood Science, and today we're going to learn how to make a dichotomous key. So if you haven't seen our last video on dichotomous keys, a brief explanation. So dichotomous key is a key for the identification of organisms using paired statements, and these statements must be opposite or different enough that they can have a clear distinction. For example, if the first statement is has blue eyes, then the paired statement would be has green eyes, brown eyes, hazel eyes, does not have blue eyes. And so it has to be opposite enough to create a distinction. So how do you make your own dichotomous key? Well, each statement is like a map. It tells you where to go next. Read the statement and look at the things that you're trying to classify. How many items match that statement? If it's one, then you write the name of the item. If it's more than one, then you need to find a way to divide the group even further by creating another level to your dichotomous key. And it'll say something like go to step 4, go to step 5, so on and so forth. So we're going to make our own dichotomous key today in this video. And we're going to classify some restaurants. Why? Because honestly, I'm just kind of hungry right now. So we're going to classify these 5 restaurants: Red Lobster, McDonald's, Chili's, Cracker Barrel, and Chick-fil-A. And so I'm going to make a list of my items up here at the top. Maybe I should have put the logos, but I also don't want to get YouTube going crazy on me. And so we're going to create our own dichotomous key out of these items. So in your dichotomous key, that first step needs to be a very general division between the items you are trying to classify. In this case, since we're doing restaurants, I thought it'd be easy enough to divide them by those that have a drive-through and those that do not. And so I'm going to write a paired statement on my dichotomous key, one reflecting each group type, those without drive-throughs and those that have them. So in my example, the first statement has a drive-through matches 2 of those restaurants, McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. So I need another way to divide them. So I'll put go to number 2 at the end of their statement. Second statement has no drive-through, matches 3 of them: Red Lobsters, Chili's, and Cracker Barrels. So we need another way to divide them as well. And so it'll say go to number 3, which we can see here with our dichotomous key. You can see I have 1A, 1B, representing my 2 dichotomous choices. Has a drive-through, has no drive-through. Has a drive-through, go to 2. Has no drive-through, go to 3. And so I could start at number 3, but just for the sake of just being simple, I'm going to move on to step 2, or our second dichotomous breakdown. So for 2, we need to divide McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. We can say just one serves chicken because McDonald's serves chicken and hamburgers, but Chick-fil-A doesn't serve hamburgers. So there's our easy division right there. So we're going to break it down into 2 of serves hamburgers, doesn't serve hamburgers, and each statement has exactly 1 match. So we are done with those 2 restaurants. And so in our dichotomous key, we'll split them up, and serves hamburgers will equal McDonald's, and doesn't serve hamburgers equals Chick-fil-A. Now we still have Red Lobsters, Chili's, and Cracker Barrels to break down. So for number 3, because it says go to 3, I thought the easiest way was serves breakfast and doesn't serve breakfast. So one statement has an exactly one match, serves breakfast, has Cracker Barrels, and the other statement has two matches. So we will need another category. And we can see that here on our dichotomous key. Serve breakfast, I've written out Cracker Barrel, and doesn't serve breakfast says go to 4. We're down to 2 restaurants left to break down. So for number 4, we need to separate Chili's and Red Lobster. Simple enough. Serves whole lobster and doesn't serve whole lobster. Now all 5 restaurants are in groups by themselves. And our dichotomous key is complete. I could use this to identify any one of these restaurants and figure out what they have and things like that. And so here is our completed dichotomous key on restaurants. And thank you for joining us again today. And once again, this has been Mr. Holsey with H Squared, Sufficiently Understood Science. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe so you know when we post new tutorials.